What's up, YouTube? And, salute to all the real ones tapping in to hear this message, y'all. This genuine, intrusive message. So, let's not talk about nothing else and let's get straight to the video, y'all, because I want to make my point, speak, and I want, authenticness to flow. So, for all the newcomers coming in, y'all, well, thank y'all for tapping into my channel, y'all, because on this channel we talk about improvement, working on yourself and looking at the future, because the future is near. It only takes for you to walk in it. That's how fast the future will be here. So think about what you're trying to fulfill now so you can get it done, y'all. But in this video, Chosen One, I want to talk about signs she is the one for you, especially for my chosen individuals, y'all. I want to talk about that. And this is a video I've been wanting to get on for a while because, remember, y'all, this is for the chosen ones. This ain't for normal individuals, y'all. So for people who are, like I say, crave, they're physical, or you just want to be around people because you can't be alone, well, this ain't going to help you. This is for a soul who knows itself or who knows herself, but also realize that through pain and trauma, they have been someone that, is even better for them, But other than that, let's break it down, y'all. So for the chosen one, y'all, for the being who has, let's just say been through more in his life, but has learned from that. So now he's more so studying his reality, because he doesn't want to be a what if or what could have happened. No, he wants to, like I say, pinpoint it, with precision, and you just want to take action when it's the right time. But I give you this, chosen individual, instead of, pursuing y'all or just, looking around trying to, pick out of the pie, y'all, I don't recommend you do that at all. I'm not going to say that even if this woman that you like or you adore, even if she's someone that doesn't even see you, or, she's not around you, y'all, I'm not going to say go up to her and make yourself known to this person. You don't have to do that if you're chosen, y'all, because you know your power. Your power is magnetism. Your power is strength and silence, y'all, because you know the silent battles that it took you to be a stronger individual. Nobody else knows that but you, chosen one. So that's why I remind y'all, don't go out in the world trying to show them or try to prove to someone else who you are and what your worth is. Fuck no. Like, the best thing I'm going to tell you to do, y'all, is to be yourself. Stand high and in righteousness. Walk with your back straight up. And, live life like you don't have no fear in you. Not saying that's the case, but that's how you want to live, because you're a man. You're someone that a woman's going to look up to regardless, whether they like you or they don't, because, you're stronger. You can also be some more smarter, more so with, the physical side of the world, y'all, because like I said, women crave someone with knowledge. You must be wise beyond your time. You must be strong, but you also must be a protector in her eyes. So you must know how to fight her. You better get in that gym and start training now, y'all. But subtle signs that she's the one, no matter where you are, y'all. You could be taking a normal hike and beautiful woman could be right there as well, y'all. This goes for anywhere, y'all. Your workplace, the gym, taking a hike, or just going to the mall, or going somewhere by yourself and meeting new people, y'all. This could happen anywhere. But I'm gonna remind you, chosen one, I'm not saying don't go cold approach them and shit like that, y'all. You can do that if you want to. You can go up to them, introduce yourself, shake your hand, and get it on right there. But I'm gonna remind you, y'all, you save so much time for yourself by not doing that, y'all, because you're only sparking more mysterious to the the other energy that is, like I say, looking at yours, y'all, because if you're masculine or feminine, y'all, well, the other energy that's attracted to you is in the opposite manners, y'all. So if you're, functioning out of your highest masculinity, y'all, well, that feminine woman finds you attractive, not knowing why she does, but she does, And that's because, your body, y'all, gives off this scent of power, You have so much life within you, chosen one. And that's why I say it is important to, not keep your options open or weigh them. But I'm reminding you to be present and make the best choice on the roster, y'all. Because the more you stay on the journey, chosen one, your value's already going up. It's sky high now. You don't have to do nothing, but just keep working on yourself. Keep remaining true to you, right? But it's best to, like I say, y'all, just, study your reality, y'all. Don't weigh down your options, but just pay attention, y'all, because everything will be shown to you. Let's just say, you're around a being who seems attractive and you might like her, right? No, but pay attention to what it is that you like about her. Do you like how she dresses? Do you like her energy? Do you like that she's showing you charisma? Is she happy, or is she smiling when she's doing something that's getting you riled up, right? Because you must pay attention to the little things before you figure out why it is, that I'm attracted to this person, y'all. Because there's more to life than just, liking her physical attributes, y'all. You want to make sure that her spirit is someone that will never want to let you go, for you to feel like this is truly worth taking or proceeding with, This shit ain't gonna help everybody, y'all. But I'd rather save you time than, give you an answer that you're not looking for, y'all. But by all means, family, if old girl's constantly checking you out and she lay her eyes on you, or you appeared in her vicinity, y'all, and she seen you, well, 9 times out of 10, y'all, if she repeating that, you look at her and she's looking at you, right? Let's just say, old girl right here, and you're staring at her. She turned her head around. She look at you, right? Now, what you don't want to do is you don't want to break that contact, y'all. You want to keep your eyes locked on to what's looking at you, especially if you value that, because, that's rarity right there, Especially she's giving you that energy in return. You don't have to talk physically. Everything's, non-physically, yo. That's why energy is so fucking magnetism or magnetizable, because you don't have to do much. But just know this: if old girl gonna look at you, turn her head around, and then a couple minutes later she gonna look at you again, well, she peeping you. She's looking at you like how you're looking at her now. So don't correct this false scenario illusion in your mind that bad things are occurring. No, you're overly thinking about it too much in that situation, y'all. If that's what's happening. At that point, if old girl keeps checking you out, keeps looking at you, matching your energy with your eyes, she's looking at you in your eyes, she might smile at you. I'm not going to say she's going to wave or smile, but it's a possibility, y'all, if she truly likes you, or she sees you as someone that she just wants to talk to, right? Well, these are subtle signs, y'all, because I repeat, a woman is not going to look at what she don't like. That's the case, y'all. She might even fuck around, go talk to you, or go approach you, because more women are becoming more and more bold outwardly, because, in this generation, y'all, men are waking up, so they're not realizing, what the fuck is going on, knowing that men are stepping away from it, because they don't want to put everything or all their, worth into a basket, y'all, and then they don't get shit, or they walk out with nothing in return. I'm trying to save y'all that timing, because, embarrassism, or just feeling like, you did too much for no gain, it's not gonna make you feel like you achieved or accomplished anything. It's gonna make you feel like, fuck, what did I do wrong? Or you might be overthinking about it all day, y'all. Another encounter, y'all, let's just say you're doing something, and, you're not really looking around or paying attention, but, you might see a fine shit in front of your eyes because you weren't worrying about it, so it naturally came to you. And, let's just say old girl sparks a conversation with you. I suggest you speak your mind. Be real. Don't look at her as a fleshly being that you might be obsessed with. Look at her as a normal individual, y'all, who is just a woman, But talk to her like a man, y'all, because then she's gonna look at you like, you're not like the rest, y'all. You don't wanna, give her so much praise, fill her head with, compliments in abundance. It's too early for all that, y'all. All you gotta do is, stand with confidence, y'all. Look serious, and the conversations y'all have, make them count, y'all. That's all I can say, because I've been in certain situations like you, chosen one, to where maybe you weren't all the way sure whether she liked you or not, so you had to check it out for yourself. Maybe you had a peeper and she was peeping you as well, but it was more so not a chasing game, but a chase to who's gonna say something first, y'all. And if y'all never spark a conversation, well, then you just lost out on your chance if that's somebody you wanted. But this was a good video, y'all. I'm not gonna make it too long, y'all, because this is something that everybody should know. But some people are afraid to take action, or they just get butterflies and shit because they feel like, you know, it might not go how they want it to. But I'm gonna just remind you like this. As a man, y'all, you are the true power. You are the true key. You are the true gem. So whether she decides to fuck with you or she looks at you and walks away, you know, don't feel down. I say don't feel down because your powers and who you are, what your, like I say, capability is. You know, you're a strong, smart, intelligent person, y'all. And you have the power to get shit done. And we're not even talking about your future, y'all. What a future of yours will look like. Because as a man, y'all, you can always improve. Physically, financially, and abundantly, y'all. Don't worry about, you know, the simple things. All you gotta do is speak your mind and let them know, let her know or let him know that this is how you feel. Not saying to take it, you know, so fast, but be real with yourself, y'all. If you feel like, you know, you just caught my eye, I think you're an attractive person, you know, and I see you looking back at me. So I just, you know, decided to come and talk to you myself, spark a conversation with you so we can get more and more close as, you know, time goes by, y'all. Something simple, you know, you don't have to make it feel like you got game or no game because in a generation like this, family, it's not even about that. It's about sparking genuine conversations with others and getting the most out of life, y'all. Living your experience, y'all. Appreciate it. Don't worry about getting, like I say, laughed at or feeling like you got no game. Life is too short to be worrying about that, y'all. You need to pay attention to the bigger picture. Worry about what's going on. How is she, you know, treating your energy, y'all? Because your energy is simply your presence. Your presence alone. So, you know, if she keeps staring at you or she keeps looking at you or she wants to be around you, well, that might be a sign, y'all. That you know, she's highly favored by you. Not because you show anything or you talk too much, but because you don't. Because you're not worrying about trying to talk. You're just happy in the moment, y'all. And that's why women go for the men that they can't get with their finger or they can't wrap around, because that's your power, chosen one, to be uncontrollable. I remind y'all, stay uncontrollable out here, y'all. Don't give your cards out so easily, y'all. You know, even if she built like, you know, Kim Kardashian or Kylie, it don't matter. Because I'm trying to save y'all in the long run, y'all. I'm trying to help you maintain that relationship. And it's better to, you know, firm it down in the beginning stages until where you find out that it's more so, you know, bullshit in the longer, you know, phases. Because, you know, if you like someone and they like you, y'all, well, you're going to speak your mind. You're going to be boldly about it, y'all. You're going to state your terms, who you are, and what you accept or you don't, right? So that's why I say, man, don't do too much as a man, y'all. You won't never have to do too much. All you got to do is stand in your masculinity. Stay calm, you know. Be vicious and vigilant, you know. And when I say be vicious about your energy, chosen one. Yes, you gotta be vicious about that because your energy is yours and it's yours alone. That potency didn't come from, you know, just out of the blue. It came from overtime hard work because you never let your energy go. And that's why I'm trying to save you, family. Don't give your energy away, you know. Just be yourself, stay calm. And if she truly likes you, y'all, you will see her putting more work in to be with you. You don't have to like what I'm gonna say, but that's the reality about it. You know, if a woman wants you truly, fulfillingly, she's gonna let you know. You know, maybe not verbally, but in signs or subtle situations that you gotta pick up on. If you are truly looking at her like that too, or for a man, you know, from a woman to a man, you know, the scenarios differ, but it's still the same kind of topic, y'all. Because I get a lot of people telling me, how can they find love in this generation, y'all? The goal is to love yourself before you're looking for it. Don't go out in this world looking for love, y'all. That's simply impossible. Because if another person loves themselves, y'all, and they're looking for what you're looking for, how can they give you that when you don't feel love deeply within you, you know? So that love that you're looking for, y'all, is missing because you know, you're in search of it. But you're in search of it for you, y'all. You're in search for that love you need for yourself. You're not looking for nobody else's love, because you will realize over time, y'all, that shit you might not tolerate from another person, y'all, if you don't feel satisfied within first. Because You'll feel more connected, more grounded, more stable to, like I say, the conversation. But I'm wishing y'all, positivity, y'all, on this journey, y'all. And I'm wishing that the conversations you spark with, they go great, or they go as planned as you wanted it to. I can't say this for everybody. I'm just reminding y'all that, if you are a chosen one, y'all, it's best to not do so much for the girl, y'all. It's more so let the girl come to you, or, let her break character over time, y'all, because your energy is the most important thing. Your energy is going to either incapacitate or decapitate them in a way to where they look at you in awe and disbelief, or they just don't care and they are avoiding you because your energy could be too high, or it could be, simply too much. No other way around that, chosen one. That's why I say your power is just to focus on self, y'all. God or the universe, the Most High, will give you what you are looking for when you are not, worrying about it too much. Because he's against clinginess, but he's not against what you don't adore. You just must be in a position to where you're not needed to get it, But this was the video, though, chosen one. These are signs to know how if a woman truly likes you, y'all. Especially, let's just say, you get her number, or, you started that talking phase with her. You opened your mouth and you started conversating slowly, but it worked its way up. You don't got to take her to no 5-star restaurant. Man, fuck around, take her to the park and go walk, Go take one walk around the lab, y'all, and just get to start talking to her on a deeper level. Ask her what is her passions. Ask her what is it that started you, or made you become where you are now, y'all. Like for instance, you met her at the gym. What made you want to start coming to the gym and working out and focusing on self more? Did you go through things in the past that made you feel like you just didn't like your reality? Those are the topics that intrigue women, y'all. Not just about what the fuck's your favorite color, or where you trying to go eat at. Women don't want to be the thinkers because they go off of imagination. So they're imaginative thinkers, y'all. But you're physical thinkers because you're physical creators, y'all. That's why they say women are more intuitive than men. That could be true, but men will always be more full of wisdom and full of strength behind that, because that's a man's power, y'all. Your personality and how confident you could be without expressing that, because silent confidence is the most attracting thing in this world, y'all. This was the video, though. This was a damn near good video, y'all. I just say that don't go out of your way to impress the girl, y'all. Because if you truly love her, adore her, and you want her to be your wife at the end finale, y'all, you're not trying to impress the girl that you're looking to love your whole life. All you want to do is, do things that are going to make you happy and get closer, Trying to attract a girl or try to buy her freedom with money and all this bullshit is going to drive her away from you, y'all, because that's how most people look at women now. Or that's just how most men function, because they feel like if they can give you something in advance, well, you can give them something in advance, y'all. So that's why I say nowadays relationships are like businesses, because women are wanting things and men are wanting, like I say, your body. Not every man, the chosen ones know that, but I'm talking to the chosen ones specifically, y'all, because not everybody's chosen in this world. 144,000, maybe less at that, but you still know yourself, chosen one. So that's why I say never lose confidence, and never you feel like, she has got more power over you if she looks better, or she's, looking good on the outside, because your power is simply stoicism. Stay silent, but have that confidence, knowing that, I can still beat a motherfucker up if a motherfucker try to run at me and threaten my life. That's how you want to act. But be calm. Be the calm before the storm, and just let everything play out, y'all. Depending on how much you like this person or how much they like you, it will show. I just don't want y'all to do too much chasing or too much, like I say, thinking about it, because that attracts clinginess, y'all, and that simply is unattractive, y'all. And you're gonna push them away from you with just your thinking habits, because the mind creates the reality. So I'll remind y'all, this is how you know if a woman truly is the right one for you, y'all. Literally, she will make time out of her day to go chill with you anywhere, y'all. Even behind the fucking dumpster, y'all. I repeat that. It doesn't matter where y'all go. Stop looking at everything around you like if this is what it is, y'all, because fuck no. You know, she's not dating that 5-star hotel or this badass meal you have prepped her with. No, she's dating you because she sees something in you that you might not even see in yourself, chosen one, if you are trying to do that, you know? Take it easy. She's a normal person just like you, y'all. You know? So that's why I say, don't rush it and don't try to give out all of what you have to offer in the beginning. Just be yourself. She loves you. She's gonna get clingy with you regardless, and she's gonna show that in how she's acting, either the way she looks at you or just, you know, in her physical abilities, whether she's, you know, clingy or she just wants to be around you 24/8. Other than that, this was the video. This is how you know if a girl truly fucks with you or not. She's gonna give you choosing signals. She's gonna either play with her hair or have her feet facing your, like I say, how your stance is, she'll face your stance. She'll be oversaturated with just your presence, y'all. So you won't need to question if she likes you or not, y'all. Especially since you're chosen, y'all. You have the power. You have the intuitive ability to know whether she likes you or not. But this was the video, though, chosen one. This is an important video, though, y'all, because I remind y'all, don't chase, attract. Speak that into, you know, your reality. I don't chase, I attract. Will come to me, simply will find me, y'all. But until then, I am my highest version every and all days within my life. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this video, y'all. I got straight to the point. I didn't want to waste no time, and I wanted to get straight to green flags, y'all, because I could have pointed out so much red flags, but the green flags are what make you know she's the one for you. That's what I said. This video is to know she's the one, not if she's not the one. You'll know that already. But I'll see y'all, man. Salute to y'all. Y'all keep your heads up out here, because after you get off this camera, you got to go back into this hell of a world, y'all, to defend and gain. But I'll see y'all.